Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Talk Yura.
I am so excited for today's episode.
Me too, Jack. Welcome back to all our amazing listeners and viewers.
It's Julie here, and as always, I'm joined by the one and only Jack.
Hello from my side of the microphone, Julie.
You sound extra cheerful today, Julie.
Well, I just had my morning coffee, Jack, so you know I'm operating at 110% capacity right now.
Ah, the secret fuel of all productive people, apparently.
Exactly. And speaking of things that cost money,
Today, we are diving headfirst into a topic that makes almost everyone squirm a little bit.
money.
Yes, money, budgets, spending habits, and all the little ways our cash seems to disappear into thin air.
It's true. We talked about habits last time, and honestly, money habits are some of the most important ones we have, right?
Totally agree. So, if you like learning about how people spend their dollars or euros or whatever currency you use,
Make sure you hit that like button right now, subscribe to Talk Yura, and ring that little notification bell so you don't miss our next chat.
we really appreciate all the support you give us. It helps us keep these conversations going.
Okay, Jack, I think we should start with the scary word first.
Oh no, are we really jumping straight into budgeting?
Yes, we are.
All right, lay it on me, Julie.
So, Jack, when you hear the word budget, what is the very first thing that pops into your head?
The first thing. Probably restrictions and complicated spreadsheets.
See, I knew you would say that.
I bet your definition of a budget is just things I can't buy this month.
Hey, that's only sometimes true.
Okay, maybe most of the time. But seriously, for me, a budget used to feel like putting my finances in a tiny, tight little box.
I totally get that feeling. It feels restrictive.
But lately, I've tried to think of it differently, like a plan instead of a prison.
A plan is a great way to put it. Because without a plan, how do you know where your money is going?
That's the hard part, isn't it?
It really is. Like, I thought I knew how much I spent on coffee last month, but then I actually tracked it.
And?
Jack, it was almost double what I estimated.
Oh no, the coffee monster strikes again.
I know. I drink one large latte every morning before work.
If that's, say, $4 a day, 5 days a week, that's $20 a week. So $80 a month just on that one coffee.
Wow, $80. That adds up so fast.
And that's just one small daily expense.
So, speaking of those daily expenses, do you find it easier to track the big things, like your rent, or the small things, like those coffees?
The big things are definitely easier, right? Rent, or my mortgage payment if I were super fancy, that's a fixed amount. It comes out automatically.
Yes, the fixed expenses are the predictable ones, the ones you can plan around easily.
Like insurance, or maybe my phone bill if it's a contract.
Exactly. Those are the easy wins in a budget conversation.
But then you have the variable stuff, which is where the budget starts to get holes in it.
Ah, the variable stuff. That's my nemesis. Like groceries and going out.
And naturally, buying new books or gadgets that I definitely need for my hobbies, right?
Oh, Jack, you and your gadgets.
Are those hobbies or just very specific black holes for your income?
They are investments in my personal development. Thank you very much.
But seriously, groceries are tricky because you have to eat.
True, but you can choose what you eat and where you buy it.
That's the key difference, isn't it?
It is. I try to look at my variable spending and ask, could I have achieved the same result for less money there?
So, Julie, how do you handle the variable spending when you realize you've gone a little overboard?
Oh, it happens all the time.
Last month, I went to the supermarket feeling very responsible, and I spent maybe 30% more than I planned because they had a sale on fancy cheese I didn't need. Fancy cheese?
It was very good cheese, Jack.
I bet it was, but did the budget know about the fancy cheese?
Clearly not.
So, what I did, and this is what I tell people who are learning, is I looked at the next week. I thought, okay, I splurged on cheese this week, so next week I have to eat simpler meals. Less eating out, more using up what's in the freezer.
That's smart. You balanced it out quickly.
Do you ever feel like you should cut out all the fun stuff, though, just to save more?
I used to think that, but I found I just ended up quitting the budget altogether after 2 miserable weeks.
I think having a small fun money category is crucial, even if it's tiny.
What about subscriptions, Jack? Are you a serial subscriber like me?
Serial subscriber. I love that term, Julie. I am definitely guilty. I think I have 3 different streaming services right now.
3? I thought you only used 1 because you said you hate scrolling through endless menus.
Well, I did only use 1, but then my friend recommended a documentary on the other service, and then the third one had that new show everyone was talking about.
So you now have a TV watching, multi-platform problem.
It's an information gathering operation, Julie, not just watching TV.
Right. Information gathering that costs $20 a month.
But those small monthly fees, like for apps or services, they sneak up on you, don't they?
They really do. I recently did an audit and I found 2 apps I paid for yearly that I haven't opened since 2021.
Ouch! That's money just wasted.
So my new rule is, if I haven't actively used a paid service in 60 days, I cancel it immediately. And if I really miss it, I can resubscribe later.
That's a fantastic clean rule. It forces you to prioritize what you actually value. Let's talk about the good side of budgeting now, Julie. Saving.
The best part. Saving up for future things.
Do you have a big goal you're currently saving for, Jack?
I do. I'm trying to save up for a really decent camera lens. Mine is getting a bit old.
So I'm trying to put aside maybe $200 every paycheck towards that specific fund.
That's excellent discipline. You've assigned that money a job.
But what about the emergency fund? That's the saving that doesn't have a fun goal attached to it.
The emergency fund. That one is harder to build up, isn't it?
Because it feels like money you're just not allowed to touch, even if you need a small treat.
I know that feeling. It's like a financial security blanket you hide in the closet.
What really helped me with my emergency fund was setting up automatic transfers.
Yes! If the money goes straight from my paycheck to the savings account before I even see it in my spending account,
Then I can't accidentally spend it on, fancy cheese. The temptation of the visible balance. That's a real thing.
it is. So, Jack, let's talk about income for a second.
Do you feel like knowing your exact monthly income makes budgeting easier? Or does it just make you think you have more money than you do?
That's an interesting psychological point. I think for me, knowing the exact number helps me set realistic limits.
If I know my net income is exactly $3,000 this month, I know the total spending limit is $3,000.
That's the foundation.
But what happens when you get an unexpected little bonus or some extra money from selling something? Do you immediately allocate it, or does it become free spending money?
Ooh, that's the slippery slope, isn't it?
Honestly, sometimes I let that unexpected money drift into my main checking account, and then it just vanishes.
I've done that too. I call that phantom income. It appears and then it just disappears without a trace.
Now, if I get any extra, it immediately goes either to my savings goal or I assign it to cover a bill that's slightly higher that month.
Let's talk about transportation, Jack. This is a big expense for many people.
Yes, for me, it's definitely a mix. I use public transport most days, which is a fixed monthly pass cost.
That's good. A fixed cost.
But then, sometimes, if I'm running late or the weather is awful, I'll grab a taxi or use a rideshare service.
And how much more expensive is that little convenience?
Oh, dramatically more expensive. A single short rideshare can cost as much as 3 days of my regular subway pass.
That's a huge difference for one trip. I try to budget a specific amount just for flexible transport, taxis or Ubers. And when that bucket is empty, I walk or take the bus, no matter what.
That's brilliant, Julie. It puts a hard stop on the impulse ride. I tend to forget to even track that kind of spending until I check my bank statement at the end of the month and see 3 unexpected $20 charges. It really shows how small, disconnected decisions add up to a large number by the end, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's never the big, scary things that break the budget first.
It's the $5 impulse buy, the $2 sticker you didn't need, the forgotten subscription, the late-night taxi ride.
The lifestyle creep, as some people call it. Your standard of living slowly gets more expensive without you noticing.
Do you think people who are just starting out with budgeting should focus on cutting costs first or focus on increasing income?
I think you have to start with controlling what you already have.
Because if you can't manage the money coming in now, earning more might just mean you spend more too, right?
That makes sense. Get the foundation solid before you try to build a penthouse on top of it.
So, controlling the small daily leaks is step one for everyone, no matter their income level, I think.
I completely agree. Master the $5 coffee first.
Well, Jack, we've covered a lot of ground today, from fancy cheese splurges to phantom income.
It feels good to talk about money openly, even if it means admitting we sometimes buy things we don't need.
So, if we had to give one takeaway from this Talk Yura chat, it's that budgeting is planning, not punishing.
And tracking those small variable expenses like transport and daily treats is where the real magic or financial disaster happens.
And hey, remember last week when we talked all about habits?
Yes! Money management is just a set of financial habits. If you missed that crucial chat on building good routines, you definitely need to go back and watch it right after this one.
Seriously, go watch the habits video to help you fix your spending habits we just discussed.
Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Please smash that like button if you learned something new. Subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. And ring that bell.
Until next time, take care of your finances, and we'll see you soon on Talk Yura.
Bye for now.